Hi everybody, welcome to a glorious day here in the Middle East. I'm in Qatar, I'm in the city of Doha, and I've been here working for some time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat you all to a first glimpse of the Doha Metro System's Gold Line, which opened yesterday. This is all for all you football fanatics, visitors that may be coming as well, because obviously they've got the World Cup 2020. We've also got the World Club Championships at the end of this year, 2019. I'm staying close to one of the metro stations. I'm staying in the Hilton, the Doubletree by Hilton. I'm a long-term resident, so hope you enjoy this video. It's a little insight of, if you're thinking of coming out here, what's to come. So here's your first tip if you're talking about visiting Doha, particularly for its weather or indeed for its sports events. Choose the dates wisely. In the height of the summer, very, very hot. Choose your location wisely. Hiring a car here is relatively easy, but driving on the roads can be treacherous. Now that the new metro station is open, two of its lines are open at the moment. Obviously next year 3 lines will be open, the entire system should be functioning hopefully, and the metro system will be relatively cheap. If you choose your location wisely where you're staying, choose it relatively close to a metro station, or certainly one on the outskirts where there's car parking at the metro station, then you can drive to the metro station, jump on it and get yourself to where you want to be, or if it's for the 2022 World Cup, to one of the stadiums. I definitely would recommend not using the car. So here we go. I'm at the National Museum station. I'm in the National Museum car park actually, and that is the building you saw on the previous clip. So we're going to access the Gold Line metro system now and show you what this is all about. So the first thing that grabs you is the really good design of the inside of these stations. Beautiful, beautiful vaulted ceilings, very light and airy. We've got, as I pan around, we've got people movers, obviously for when it starts to get busy. We've got the usual ticket machines, and this is the first time I've been in one of the new stations, so at the moment, very impressive, extremely impressive. Right, so I've got my ticket and we are now, I take it, there we go, we're through, and we just see what the trains are like once we get down there. Like I said, absolutely stunning station at the moment, gloriously high ceilings, as you would expect here in the Middle East, and we're now going down one level to the trains. And as I said before, this is the Gold Line. There are 3 lines, the gold, the red and the blue. So do check online where they serve. If you're looking for hotels, again I would suggest get yourself close to one of the stations, or certainly if you're going to drive, close enough to one that would take you to a station that has a car park. Just going to show you the plan now. So this is the Gold Line plan, and at this moment we're getting on right at the bottom down here at the National Museum, and we're going to travel all the way up the line to Sports City, just up here. This is where the Aspire Zone is, the Khalifa Stadium for one of the World Cup events, and basically a fantastic area to visit if you're coming over. You've got the Villaggio Mole there, which is massive. It's probably the first one you should visit when you come to Qatar. If you're looking for shopping and moles, that's certainly one to come to. Anyway, we'll continue to the train. Well, when I last spoke to you, I didn't realise I was actually on the platform, so I've come down one level and we're already at the platform. As with most modern tube stations these days, all the doors are electric opening doors to keep you off of falling on the rails. And if you can see up behind me, just behind my head, just up here, we're expecting our train in a few minutes. So exciting stuff. I'm impressed so far, very impressed.
For Al-Aziziyah, please allow passengers off the train before boarding.
Okay, hopefully here comes our train. Well, you can barely see it. So we're going to get as much a surprise when we open the door. It's like Christmas, isn't it? Open this. Oh, up there. Ah, okay. Hey?
Do you have gold or standard?
No, standard.
Go over here.
Not this one. Next one up.
Just hurry up, sir.
Whoa, that's good service straight away. Right, so we're on the train now. My God. So that weren't very impressive straight off. What we had to do was run up the platform because it's obviously a short train, but no indication or anything. Nobody told us anything. And then, of course, there are two standards of travel on the metro rail. Two standards of travel. One is the gold standard, which is their first class equivalent, which was the carriage at that end. That's why I had to run past it. I'm not the fittest person in the world. So I will also say that these trains are completely driverless. So there are no drivers on any of the metro trains on the Doha Metro. And in fact, you can see the guys at the front there, just standing there looking at what's going on. In fact, I'm going to go and join them. So here we are. I've joined everybody at the front of the train. This is literally the very front of the train. Completely driverless. Absolutely how railway should be. And we're just leaving the next station now. And I believe I'm right in saying they're all single lines, single tunnels, all dug out with tunnel boring machines. So here we go. I'll keep this on until we get to the next station. And hopefully the guys won't mind me talking as we go around.
This train is for Al-Aziziyah. The next station is Lusail.
So the first thing that strikes me as well is the train is extremely smooth. Very, very smooth. It does run on what they call the third rail for all you train enthusiasts. And we are now running under the City of Doha. And this project has been going now for at least 6 years. And we're just now coming into the next station. Obviously there's a lot of excitement towards the front of the train for the sheer fact that there are two seats there. You can sit there as if you're the driver, and you can see what's going on all the way in front of you. So again, very impressive, but I would imagine that area is going to be very busy. So unlike the London Underground, where there are stickers everywhere and signs that can be removed and all that, everything here is on digital screens. So this is inside the carriage. That's the current metro map, all the lines that are currently functioning. So that's the Gold Line, and part of the Red Line is now open. And again, above the door, you've got a plan of the Gold Line, and obviously it tells you what station you're at and what doors are opening on what side of the train. So all very cool. So We're at Sports City already. I caught this train, or I bought my ticket at 14:44. The time now is 15:06. That is a journey that under normal circumstances would have taken me from the Corniche out to the Sports City area past Al Sadd, and that would have taken me about 45 minutes travelling by car on a reasonable day, mainly down to traffic that causes that. So straight away it strikes me that the metro is a very quick way of getting around town. There's one point of note there as well, that this at the moment holds the record for the fastest metro in the world, where the trains will travel up to 100 kilometres per hour. The other thing as well is the little issue of getting on the train to begin with, because the train was short. It's new. These trains are designed to be joined together and move people, so that was just a minor issue. We're here now, we're just arriving at Sports City, and we're just going to see which side opens, and then we will get out. Again, I'll say again, this is an area that you definitely want to come and visit if you get a chance. So here we go. And again, lovely big stations, absolutely stunning architecture, as you would expect. And it's nice to be one of the first travellers on this line. I've also had the pleasure of working on part of this railway network out here, so it's really, really good to see it all functioning and up and running. Now we've just got to find the way out. So there's the ticket, and it is just a case of touching it and it opens. Well, would you take a look at this for a train station? This is a metro station. Looks more like an airport. So it's definitely designed to move people. Now, the reason this station is probably so large is because it is now directly next to the Khalifa Stadium, again one of the World Cup venues, but also Sports City holds a lot of other tournaments, championships, football, virtually any sport you can think of. Sports City here in Doha is associated with it. It's often referred to as the Aspire Zone. There is again the world's largest indoor sports centre in the Aspire Dome. There's the Aspetar Sports Hospital. There's the Aspire Academy, which is a school for sports live-in, and as well as a host of other venues, buildings, the Villaggio Mall, etc. So we're going to, oh my God, wow, this is just incredible, absolutely incredible. So Al Wab Street North is where I need to be. I don't know which way that goes because it just says to the trains, so I'm just going to head out Al Wab Street North, and I assume that way goes to the actual stadium. This gives you an indication of how deep we are. It's quite a way up to the top, so let's head on out. And as if by magic, in a very short period of time, I think the journey in total was about 12 minutes on the train. Here we are at the Khalifa Stadium in Sports City. That's the Torch Tower. That is a hotel. It has a revolving restaurant at the top as well, And just to prove a point, that is the metro station, the brand new Gold Line metro station that we've just walked out of. So let me take you round the Khalifa Stadium. Well, sorry, that's not going to work. Can't really get you near the Khalifa Stadium because they're just about gearing up for the Golf Cup. So the venue is tied down with fencing all around it, marquees going up. But again, just so you get an idea of the impressive sports facilities that are here, you've got lots of five-a-side courts that you can book. Anybody can book these, as long as you've got some form of ID. It doesn't necessarily have to be Qatari ID. You just need to have proof of who you are. And again, hospitality marquees and everything going up for the tournament. So we're going to continue to walk up towards the Villaggio Mall, shopping mall. If you wanted to go direct to the Villaggio, then the way forward would have been to get off at the next station after Sports City. But I wanted to take you up and around the Khalifa. Anyway, we'll march on up to the Villaggio. It's only a short walk. Well, that's it. I've made it. Took a wrong turn. I've ended up in Venice. Sorry about that. No, seriously. This is the Villaggio shopping mall. It took me about 8-minute walk from the metro station, and I would say to you that the best way to get to Villaggio is go to the next station up past Sports City. Sorry I couldn't show you the Khalifa Stadium. There's a couple of other things that I would like to point out to you with regards to the metro system, and that is that if you have a disability or you are in a wheelchair, I believe I'm right in saying that every station and every train will accommodate you. There are lifts to ground level. There are obviously the escalators that you saw as well, if you can manage on your feet. And the station for the Villaggio, for instance, is very, very, very close. Having said that, if you have a disability, again, choose your location where you're staying wisely. Doha is not the easiest at the moment to get around in terms of the pavements and so on and so forth if you are in a wheelchair. There are taxis that will accommodate you. Once you are at any of the major tourist attractions or venues though, I think you will find that you'll be impressed with the facilities. Again, if you have an ailment that prevents you from walking any distance, or you're having to use a wheelchair. So, hope our little sortie has helped. Hope you get a feel of what's to come if you're thinking of coming out here. And again, in advance, as I make this short video, well, I hope it's a short video, it is now November 2019, coming towards the middle of November 2019, and the World Cup is in a few years' time, only a couple of years' time, and I would thoroughly recommend coming and enjoying the World Cup. I think it's going to be a tremendous occasion. Have a good trip if you're thinking of coming out. I'm Jim Fraser. It's been nice talking to you.